Good morning, it's market day. It's blowing a gale. Oh my god, the wind is so bad, way higher than predicted. But anyway, we're here. We weren't able to do a mock setup because life got in the way and think we were doing upgrades in the caravan, and then we're getting the car upgraded, and so it's dry run this morning, day of market, so yeah. I can't show Chris is there because the sun's sun's right in the wrong spot at the moment, so we're just lining up. They're about to tell us where to go, and let's see if we can set up a marquee and
not get blown away
and have it blown away and not have all the toys blow away. Oh, anyway, I'll try and update as we're setting up, yeah, somehow. Well, wasn't that the most stressful hour that I've ever had in my life? Had tablecloths, couldn't use them in the end. Tried. The wind's too strong and they kept blowing away. All the toys keep blowing away. But this is what we've got. So that's what it was. Doesn't look like I've got much now. Last time we only had 2 tables and we've added more, so anyway, we'll see how we go. Okay, it's about 20 past 10. Made a few sales up to about, I think, $73, so not too bad. But we did end up changing the layout of the stall. Hang on, we've got to look. So I'll show you the new layout. And as you can see around, there's stalls everywhere. It's quite a big market. I'll check in later to see how we go. Alright, update. Weather has turned. It's all windy and cloudy and cold. So yeah, but show you what we've sold. We're up to, I think it's about 12:30. I think we're sold about $200 worth. That's what we're looking like now.
Trying to find a way out of here.
Some people starting to pack up. Still people around, so we're not going to pack up yet. So we'll see how it goes by the end of the day. Alright, welcome back. It is the day after the market. I would have shown you the footage from the day. Oh boy, was it windy that day, and then it suddenly got cold, but did better than my first market, so happy with that. And because we hadn't been able to try various setups, it was just a try as we went in the morning. The first layout that we sort of had, we weren't really happy with. Sort of feel if people have to walk in too far where you're sitting, they don't feel comfortable. That personal space thing, just from experience, psychologically people don't like doing that, so that's when we changed the space to be sort of a walk around, and most of the stuff on the front and a little bit to the side, so that worked much better. We noticed straight away that people were approaching the stall or booth nearly straight away. It really did make a difference. So I'm deliberately sitting on the side more so I can show photos of the items that I did sell. When we first were there, it started, we had to be there for setup between 7 and 8 AM, and the market actually went from 9 AM to 2 PM. And when we first set up, we were set up by, I think 8:30 or even earlier than that. It might have been. Didn't take that long once we got the marquee or gazebo set up. Once again, because we had just purchased it, we'd never opened it before, it didn't have the roof on it, so we had to work all that out, and that was fun in the wind where it was trying to take it away, and oh yeah. But anyway, we eventually got there. But yeah, I was getting a little bit worried in the morning, but I have noticed that the first lot of people that usually walk around a market are usually the older generation, because they wake up earlier, they're always up and about, and they appreciate the crochet made items, but they don't tend to purchase them, but they do appreciate and understand the amount of time that goes into making those products, because a lot of them have had experience themselves making crocheted products during their lifetime. But it was once we hit I think 9:30, I actually did write down the time of our first sale. 9:15 was the first sale. From pretty much 9:15 onwards, the new crowd came in, that there were families, and then younger people were walking around, and teenagers, so that certainly made a difference. And it was pretty consistent during the day. About every 10 or 15 minutes or so we were getting at least one sale, so that was really, really positive. So yeah. Alright, so into it. Yeah, I will show a photo here of the item that I sold, and I'll let you know how much I sold it for, and then we'll go into the total amount that I sold, less fees, and then what we end up with in the end. Alright, so I'm just going to go off my square. So I'll be looking at my phone here, and it tells me all the items that we sold. I could tell you in order, but then I think, just from my experience of watching these videos, that can get a bit boring, because you might have multiple of the same things. And so yeah, just the total of everything that I sold. So the first thing on the list is a large axolotl. I only had one of those, and I sold that one for $20. Then next on the list is a chubby mushy boy that I made, and that one was a red one with the red top, $5. Then I sold a gingerbread man, only had one of them, for $15. Next is a green snake for $15. I sold 2 large bees, and they were $15 each, so a total of $30. The night before the market, I actually just completed large Groot. The photo that I'll have here is wasn't quite complete, but I forgot to take a photo when he was complete, and now he's gone and sold, so I can't show you the end result. But I sold Groot for $35. Then I sold my large kangaroo for $30, my large sea turtle for $25. Then I sold a sesame chicken for $10, and that was the brown one. My large whale for $15. My leggy froggy, which I was surprised it sold, but it was my disastrous one that really didn't look like a very nice leggy froggy. I called him my Minecraft leggy froggy, but he sold for $8. Then I sold a mini cow for $5, and that was the only one I had made of those. Then I sold a mini mouse in the teal colour for $4. Now my most popular item for the day was the mini sea turtles. Everybody loved them, and I sold 4 of those. 3 in teal and 1 pink. Then I sold a baby penguin. I think the only photo I had was with the baby and the mum together, but it was the baby one that I sold for $6. I sold one mini octopus for, that was a pink one, for $2. Small axolotl for $5. Another sesame chicken, but that one was red, for $6. One large squid, $15. Stingray, $15. Another mini octo that was teal colour. That teal colour is so popular, $3. And that is it. And I also actually got a custom order for they asked if I could do an emotional support pickles that they had seen online, and I said I could do that. So they have ordered and paid for that ones, which I charged $10, which I'll make during the week and deliver to them. They're just in town here where we're staying at the moment. And the other one that they asked for, which I actually hadn't heard of before or seen, but it was a positive poo. And I hadn't seen one of those before, and I said, just let me check and I'll see if I can find a pattern for it, which I did. I've found a free pattern for both of those, and again I've charged $10 for that one. The pattern looked pretty easy, so I'm happy with $10 for that. So that was a $20 custom order there. So in the end, my total sales for the day was $314. Now, can I say that certainly, and I've seen other people's videos say this, but definitely we have a square. Definitely worth it. We had, let me look up my exact report here. We had 13 transactions that were cash, but 6 transactions that were card. But the difference is they spent more on those 6 transactions on Square than they did all total in cash. So it's definitely worthwhile. So it was $184 that they spent on Square, and $130 cash. So definitely worthwhile. And honestly, the fees, so we'll go through this now. So the total, $314 for the day, which was more than my first market, so I'm very pleased with that. Then less the fees to have the stall or booth, as you guys call them sometimes, was $41.50. So it takes it down to $272.50. Then the Square fees was $5.66. So then we're down to $266.84. Now this is the part that I always wish, when I've watched other YouTubers with their market breakdowns, that they would do this, because then it shows a true profit. This is where you take out of your sales the material costs of the items that you sold. So I have done that. So the total costs for the items that I sold was $71.95. So that includes all the yarn, all the safety eyes, all the stuffing, absolutely everything to make those items. So less that amount, and that leaves $194.89, and that is profit. So $194.89 after everything said and done, that is my profit take home. Yeah, so I'm very happy with that. My profit there was actually more than I made total last time, so we did well. And yeah, it was quite busy, but later on in the afternoon, when the weather sort of changed, it did slow down a bit. But yeah, certainly have learnt quite a few things that will change next time with the setup. And it's just a shame it was so windy. Like, people around us had, you know, racks falling down with clothing and things flying everywhere. It was just a difficult day for everyone, but it was still a pretty good turnout for all the people walking around. So no, I'm very happy with that. I hope that sort of helps with you guys, because often I see people say, oh, I sold $1,500 worth of plushies, but it's not giving an accurate. Well, most people will say, okay, less the booth fee, less the square fees, and then that's my profit. No, it's not. Materials, you need to take out the material costs, then that's your profit. Yeah, if you have, I mean, this is not as a business for me, like I've said in previous videos. It is just a hobby, but even still, just to clearly show and demonstrate the actual profit. But if you were running it as a business, you would need to demonstrate what your actual costs were, to show what your profits are. So that's just something to keep in mind. I know in the previous video for my last market, when I broke that down, people appreciated that. I certainly do when I see that on YouTube, and I've only seen it once before with one other person who did that. Yeah. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. I hope you learned something or enjoyed this video, and not booked in another one yet. We're not actually sure where we're going to be traveling to next, so when we work that out, we'll start researching markets in the area. So until then, we'll probably just start doing some market prep videos for a market that I don't know where it's going to be yet, because I need to restock on some things. But and I was going to say top sellers for me, I would say, I mean, most popular items would be bees, definitely, and that was my first market as well. Turtles, first market the same, this market very, very, very similar. And this is the first time that I had tried axolotls, and both axolotls that I had made sold. It was actually surprising. We had quite a few more sort of $15 range items sell this time. I think last time was more probably $10 and less that sold more of, and we actually sold a few more higher priced items too, around the $30–35 mark. But I do think $35, from what I have seen, is probably, in the Australian market that I'm talking about, probably the maximum an Australian would probably pay for a handmade toy plushie. It's just the way Aussies are. They don't overly appreciate, I find, the amount of work and effort that it goes to make something handmade. I'm not sure, and it's also just the economic times that we're in at the moment. People just aren't willing to spend more than that for a toy, basically, when things are getting tough for, you know, putting food on the table and paying rent and mortgages and things like that. So I appreciate any sales that I get at this time. But anyway, enough of that. Thanks for watching. Yeah, please consider subscribing to the channel if you like the content, and we'll see you next time. Thanks then. Bye.